So I've just seen a video called Ireland Erupts Again, Tommy Robinson's band documentary. So I guess it's a video that he's made. It didn't look too old, but fairly recently. I guess I just want to just say a couple of things about it. You know, it's talking about the destruction going on in Ireland, specifically Killarney, which I didn't actually know it was a location. I've never heard of. I've heard of it on one of my beanies called that, but yeah, I mean, to be honest, to be giving a real opinion, I feel like some of it isn't the truth, because it made it look like things were so much more dire. I mean, I know that people are afraid to leave the home. I know that people are worried about crossing town and they don't want to go into town. You know, I know that this is all real. I could say that I don't want to go into Birmingham town, but at the end of the day, I will. So. How true some of these things are, how true. I mean, I feel like though you have to be extreme, because the problem with it is it's so severe that, you know, in another 10 years time, if the migration continues to happen in the same way that it's going, you know, there will be no England left. All the shops will be closed, all the just everything would be corrupt. No one would be able to the shops cannot function if people living in this country just walk inside shops and just steal everything. You know, you cannot have functional shops if that's how it is. And you know, I know 10 years ago they started having all these beep it yourself machines where you go into a shop and pay and you know, scan the items yourself. But you know, are the shops that are running this sort of cameras and this, are they realizing that more and more people are corrupt and or there's more of these sort of people that don't respect businesses, don't respect the fact that you have to pay for things, you know, the economy. If you bring lots and lots of people or if you let lots and lots of people who don't have any respect for the economy, you know, the economy will fall apart, because in a lot of poor countries, you know, the reason why they're poor is because the economy can't kick off, it can't start, you can't have shops, you can't have businesses. Why? Because too many gangs start ganging up and then just stealing everything. And you know, we're definitely feeling the decline strongly in England, that, you know, businesses are not surviving any longer in England because of the crime rate, because of people not wanting to go into town, because of feeling threat from people, threat from not just migrants but also the people. Like, it's almost like some of these migrants have come into the country, polluted the country, and all the bad people that lived in the country are now sort of more siding with them, more feeling similar to them, and more feeling the same as them, but in reality I think like they've just corrupted a lot of people so that they have a similar kind of mindset to the foreigners, and you know, it's like, you know, if you have a school and then you take out good teachers and you put in bad teachers, you know what the bad teachers going to do? Well, they're probably going to start corrupting their pupils and you know, teaching them to be similar to them. And if you start hanging around a certain crowd of people, you know, you become like that crowd. You know, I liked Anna from Young Turks 10 years ago, and then I guess with the problems with Islam and the war between Gaza, you know, the partner she was working with has become incredibly anti-Israel, whatever they're doing, you know, and she is just finding herself being brainwashed or polluted by him and becoming far more similar to him and getting angrier and angrier because she's kind of copying them. You know, if you hang around good people, you become good yourself, and if you hang around bad people, you become bad yourself. If you hang around negative people, you become more negative. If you hang around positive people, you become more positive. Now, if the positive people are starting one by one to start feeling more and more and more negative, you know, their negativity is going to spread around to the other people that were once positive, and then they're going to start becoming positive, and they're going to start becoming negative, and then this negativity is just going to spread and spread and spread.